Well, good afternoon, everybody. Um, I think it's like the 8th, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and this old monster has come home. Um, this thing was in my family for 30 years. Got hard up for money about 5 years ago and sold it to a friend of mine, and he brought it over last night and says, "Here, have it back." It didn't run when he got it, and it still don't run. But it's a lot closer now to running than what it was when it left first time. But it's a 66 John Deere. I think it's like a 110 series, something like around there. Not really big. Just like a little 32, 36-inch deck, something around that lines. And it's old belt drive. Right now, it still needs carburetor work, new starter solenoid, and belts. But got carburetors off of it right now. I did stuff a plastic sack and covered that hole up so I could wash this thing because it had been sitting outside since I sold it. And then we just took a hose and a little bit of Scotch Brite pad and just kind of wiped everything off of it. Looks a heck of a lot better now than what it did an hour ago. But this used to be an actual racing lawnmower. My brother used to race this back in the early 90s. And he got out of it, so we left the racing motor in it, put the deck back on, and the motor finally blew up in, I think it was 2004, 2005, when I was living down in Waterloo. And we took that one out and dropped in a 2000 model year Briggs & Stratton 12 horse. And I used to go through grass that you wouldn't even be able to see me on this thing. But yeah, otherwise the blades are still even sharp from the last time I sharpened them 5 years ago. This is the one that I kind of told the story on this, I think, once before. We used to live in a mobile home in Forest City, and there was a hole in the back corner where there used to be a tree, and the hole was small enough where it'd fit right between the tires. Well, Kelly kept bugging me to use this because she had never used a riding lawnmower before. So I said, just watch out for the hole in the backyard. She come around and stuffed the rear end in there. The deck shooting dirt and everything out the side. I'm laying on the ground laughing to the point I was crying. The neighbor was out mowing. He's standing there leaning up against his trailer laughing, but he was able to run over and at least shut the key down. And it bent up a lot of stuff underneath. And it hasn't been used since. But as you can see, I got a little can of starting fluid there. I have started this before, just shooting a quick little shot in the intake and just popping it off, make sure it'd start. Well, it's been sitting for so long, the spark plug is screwed. And I don't have one here, and I also don't have my spark plug socket for this size anyways. As you can see, I do have some damage to my garage. Neighbor's cat over there got loose, went up there and was walking around all the tarps, and it's a big cat, and just tore the ever-loving crap out. Even knocked my light down. So I've been trying to get this put back together and trying to get the garage cleaned out, and yeah, jeez, it's a never-ending story. But now this is what when I first started lawn mowing as a business, this is what I used. You know, they had the racing motor in here, so I mean those blades would be cooking. I mean, they would be spinning so fast it sounded like a freaking helicopter taking off. And I changed the pulleys, geared it down so it wouldn't go as fast. I mean, this thing would still buck at 25 miles an hour, which is pretty quick. And then when I swap motors out, I think it's down to about 15 miles an hour in high gear. And about the only thing besides the engine that is not original to this mower is the tires and the amp gauge. I was on there when the racing motor was in there, and I just never took it off. But I mean, even the headlights, I don't think have been changed in probably 20 or 30 years. I mean, it is what it is, and this thing cut like a wet dream, even in high grass. And we're talking 4 foot high grass. You'd make one pass with the chute up, and then drop the deck down to, I think we had it set at 3 inches. Put the chute down, full throttle, first gear, and you'd never tell there was tall grass there. So, but the grill that was in here is gone. I'm gonna have to make another one. And that battery was brand new when I sold it. No, it's screwed. It even tripped my battery charger. So I happen to have another one sitting in there in the garage here. Threw that in there. Like I said, the solenoid is screwed. It will not start by the key. Hence the wire. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but you know what? I don't care. You hear that? This thing's still got some monster compression. Yeah, and that motor was only a couple of years old when I put it on here. And I maybe had, from the time that I had the motor put on there to the time I sold it, I think I maybe had 100 hours on that motor. So, but all the fluids are up. I'm going to go through the carburetor probably today. The guy lost all the screw bolts to hold it on the motor, so I got to find some new ones. Which I've got a couple of Brigham motors, junk ones, sitting in the garage, but they got different carburetor setup. But I think the bolts should be the same. And all the linkages are there, so hopefully, oh, excuse me, hiccup, within the next week or two, this thing will be actually being used. This winter, I am going to take all the tins off, take the hood off. I'm going to get some new stickers, and I'm going to clean everything up, and I am going to, well, I might just clear coat it. I kind of like the patina on it. I mean, this thing hasn't had a paint job since the early 90s, so, I mean, the paint job's at least 20 years old. But I will clean up the seat. I'll just take a wire brush to it, clean it up, paint it. That way I'm not sitting my happy butt on rust. And then, yeah, I think I might just clear coat it. Well, tell me what you guys think. Should I clear coat it or should I paint it? I think I'm going to clear coat it. But let me know what you guys think. Talk to you guys later. Bye.